All right, so you'll start with your initial steps. Knock, knock, knock. Hi, Ms. Foster. My name's Amanda. I'm going to be your CNA today. Can I check your name and date of birth? Is it okay if I do an occupied bed change on you today?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to go gather my supplies and I'll be right back. So gathering the supplies, you have to do it in a specific way. And I'll write it all on the board for you guys to practice. But you do it in the order that you will use it. So, bath blanket is first. Fitted sheet, second. Draw sheet that looks like a top sheet except for they have the blue hemming because they're smaller. Pad. Top sheet. Blanket. How many pillowcases do I need? Two. And pillowcases. I do have them set up in pretty good order, but carry them away from your body. And then you bring it in here and you flip it over. So then it's just right there where you can grab it. I'm going to raise the bed to working level. I'm going to get me some gloves. Important thing with bed making is changing your gloves. When you go from dirty to clean, change your gloves. And when you're doing your skills check off, they won't make you go through 10 pairs of gloves, but you say, I would change my gloves and wash my hands. You can't get docked for saying it too many times, but you can for not saying it enough. So when in doubt, say, I would change my gloves. Okay. Will somebody push that yellow dirty linens basket over here for me? Okay, putting my gloves on. Okay, Miss Foster. We're gonna get you changed and get you a clean bed, okay? Okay. So, important thing is keeping privacy. So the first things first, my curtain would be pulled, of course, but so that everybody can see it, we won't do it. That's what this bath blanket is for, is to keep her covered while I'm removing the dirty linens. So we unfold it. Keep her covered. And pull this down. Roll it away from the patient. Put it in there. I'm still dealing with dirty linens. Okay, Miss Foster, I'm gonna have you turn. So we're gonna cross your legs. On the count of 3, we're gonna turn. 1, 2, 3. Keep them covered. Now we're gonna take off this dirty linens. Take it off. And we're gonna roll it up. Roll it. Sometimes you might have like urine or feces right here, so it's really important that you're rolling it into it, not just going like this and shoving it under the patient. Otherwise you'd be shoving all their bodily fluids on them. So if they do need cleaned up, that's when you would do it at this time when they're on their side. Clean them up, roll this, tuck it underneath them, tuck, tuck. Okay, gonna change my gloves now because I'm gonna put by half of my clean here. So change gloves, wash my hands. I have clean sheets. Also, while you're rolling, you're gonna say, I would check for loose articles. What are some loose articles that they might have in their bed?
Glasses, dentures.
Glasses, dentures, what?
Aids.
Hearing aids. Very good. Also, they have cell phones too. And so, cell phones, did you say,
They really have cell phones?
Yes, yeah. There's a nursing home patient that I have on my Facebook that she stays on Facebook all day long. I'm like, wow. But they have cell phones, they have lots of different expensive items. So say, I would check for loose articles. No loose articles. Now I'm unfolding. What do we normally do when we're changing our sheets at home? Like, how do we unfold this?
Shake it.
Yeah, you cannot do that, okay? You
Why?
can't do that. because you would be
Loose
spreading,
particles.
yes, spreading loose particles throughout the air. So you have to unfold it. Now remember, you are pushing the dirty, then doing half of the clean. We do it this way so that it's less turning for them. If we did all of the dirty, then all of the clean, one, they're gonna be laying on a plain mattress. Two, it's gonna be roll, 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 instead of just 2 rolls. So I've got this here. Got this here. And then I put that over. Now my draw sheet, remember your draw sheets go horizontal, so they go this way. They do not go this way. Your draw sheet should not go from their head all the way to their feet. What's a draw sheet used for? Transferring, helping them move up in bed. So most of the time it's gonna stay in half, and it's gonna be horizontal. What do we need to make sure is out of all of the bedding? Wrinkles, very good. So we've got it like this. We've still got it halved over. And we have our pad, who also goes horizontal, white side up. Okay, I've got all 3 of them now. And then we do what's called a fan fold, which is like that. You guys ever made those paper fans where you fold it this way, fold it this way, fold it that way? That's what this is. It's a fan fold. And push it underneath the dirty linens. You do not want it on top. Push it underneath the dirty linens. The more you tuck, the easier it is to pull out from your patient. Okay, make sure my bed rail's up. Moving to the other side. Okay, Miss Foster, we're gonna roll over a bump, okay? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, big bump. Keep them covered. Pull out my dirty linens. Start from the top. Roll down away from the patient. You don't want to roll bodily fluids up towards them. Roll it up. Put it in here. And I would change my wet gloves because I'm just worked with dirty. Now I'm going back to clean, so change my gloves. And see, this now is just pulling it out, hooking it, and make sure that is straight. Okay, Miss Foster, we can lay back on our back. Very good. See how it just flowed right out if you fold it and fan fold it like that? I'm gonna go back on the other side. We're gonna change your sheet now. Go, let's get that out from under you. Okay. So the same way we put this bath blanket on, we're gonna put this sheet on. We wanna maintain her privacy, because remember, they're most of the time in hospital gowns. We do not want to expose them. So unfold it. And come up here. Plus that bath blanket keeps them warm too. I mean, they're cold natured most of the time. That bath blanket keeps them warm while you're changing out all of their stuff. Take pride in your bed making. Make this straight. I don't know about you guys, but I can't stand to sleep with tangle up covers. So don't make them do that either. Okay. So we've got the sheet. Now we'll do our comforter. What if I accidentally brought in 2 sheets? That other sheet would be considered what? Contaminated, and we would need to do what with it?
Put it in the dirty linen.
Yep, put it in the dirty linens. We can't just use it on their roommate, okay? For these blankets, the lines go straight up and down, so keep that in mind. Don't put it on horizontally and you have 10-foot blanket on each side. Okay, get this good and straight. Get it as even as possible. All right, so this is where it gets tricky for some people, is tucking this stuff in. So here's what I do is I tuck all the bottom in. And then I'll show each side how to miter the corner. Tuck the bottom in tight. Okay, so this side, mitering corners is required in hospitals, nursing homes, assisted living, the military. It just makes it look more professional. So you grab this corner here, pull it up, and then you tuck it in. The tighter you tuck, like this is the miter right here where it goes down like that. And then you can tuck it underneath, but you really don't, you're not trying to make a mummy. So it's just this corner that needs to be mitered. Over here, make sure this is all tucked in there. Pull this up. Tuck it on the side. Tighter you tuck, the better your miter's gonna look. Miter corner right there. Okay. This. Ashley, that's pretty tight on your toes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
What if you couldn't move your toes? What would happen to the tops of those?
Sores.
Sores. So here's how we fix that. We pull it up and fold it just a little bit, and that gives her wiggle room for her toes to move. Make sure you're comfortable there. But these are straight. Now we're gonna move on to our pillowcase. Okay, I'm gonna lift your head. Okay, and then back down, there we go. Take this off. Gonna change gloves. That was a dirty pillowcase. Change gloves. Okay, putting these on. It's not like, how do we put ours on at home? I know what I do. I grab right here. I'm putting it. Can't do that, okay? You don't want, you just don't want this here, okay? So, here's how I do it. You fold this pillowcase up, like just grab it up like this, and I flip these corners and put my hands inside those corners. Grab here, and just flip it over that. We put the opening of the pillow to or away from the door? Away from the door. Okay, now we'll change this one. Change my gloves. Ooh, don't ever do that. This is another way you could do it. I prefer it the other way because it's easier. You can also just do this. Lift your head. Okay, are you comfortable, Ms. Foster?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll finish with our final steps. Put our bed back in the lowest position. Here is your ice water. Here is your call light. Let me know if you need anything else. Your body is in good alignment. Your bed is lowered. And I will be back to check on you in 2 hours.
Okay.